We're going live. But this week on the NFL Coaches Hot Seat, according to Bleacher Report, Gridiron, Urban Meyer, David Coley, Matt Nagy, and Joe Judge.
Hot boy.
All right, so I don't know if anybody saw this, but after the Vikings won last week, there was an awkward celebration with Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins was screaming his favorite quote, "You like that? You like that?" while punching Zimmer in the chest. It was a very awkward moment. That's how we're starting this off. Mike Zimmer's getting flamed up. I'm sorry.
Let's go! Welcome, everybody, to the Rick T Podcast. Fuck it, let it ride then. How about them Cowboys? Poyer over McGregor any day. The Rick T platform is live right now.
I got some Rick T, from the field to the big leagues. Bang Moody from the three, I'm like KD. Number one draft pick, you should pick me. You ain't considered the GOAT if you don't got a ring. Eric and Jello like Brady throwing it to AB. My team a home run with more stars than the Yankees. Now we getting cocky. Had to put my goals on ice like Sidney Crosby. No, they can't stop me. Got my swing on the back, put my team on my back. You can get all the games, all the stats, and all the facts. This ain't Stephen A. or Max. Too sharp to get skipped, and you can't dispute that. This a duck put back. If you ever take an L, then we gotta run it back. If you coming here for sports, then you never coming back. That's real, homie, for real. Was a zero, Damian Lil. Now I'm pulling up from the logo. Bang, making them feel. Grinding to get the deal, get your family in the hills. Get focused, put your work in on the court and on the field. That's real, homie, for real. Was a zero, Damian Lil. Now I'm pulling up from logos. Bang, making them feel. I got some Rick T, from the field to the big leagues. Bang Moody from the three, I'm like KD. Number one draft pick, you should pick me. You ain't considered the GOAT if you don't got a ring. You ain't considered the GOAT if you don't got a ring.
Yeah. We are live with the Rick T Podcast, the fast and quick early show, man. You guys know it is game day. It is Saturday. It is Mother's Day weekend, so we're not going to be here for long, but we do have to get you guys your sports news, man. Joining me today is my guy all the way from Fort Collins, Tony Cave. What up, T Cave? How you doing?
How's it going, man?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Good. We got the coffee, got it showered. We're good to go.
Hey, I know this isn't your first stream on the PC, but this is my first stream on my PC, bro. This is crazy. I feel like I can do so much more, you know?
Right.
This is wild. But we did run a We ran a prediction before the show started, and the prediction was, will Jay Money show up for the show today? Yes or no? The answer is no. He didn't show up. He's busy making money. Shout out Jay Money time. Is Sergiato going to show up for the show? Who knows? What up, my guy Harry Dog? What's up, my guy Deadly? What's up, my guy Matt Faraci? Everybody here, thank you for tuning into the show, wherever you guys are tuning in from, man. And I know for a lot of you guys who are in tune with the Rick T podcast, it's game day. Matt Faraci, I know there's some MLB games that you're going to be busy messing around with today. I know there's some highlights you're going to be doing. Harry Dog, my guy Deadly. FCF, it's game day, boys. And for Harry Dog, it's quite a bad, sad game day for him because if I'm correct, he's an ape.
Ooh.
And they play probably, I would say, the best team in the league, you know.
Oof.
Record not included.
That's a tough one.
Them Glacier boys, they ready. We ready. Harry Dog, man. See?
We got FCF emotes in the chat.
FCF emotes in the chat. What's up, everybody, man? Thank you guys for tuning in, man. But you guys know what we do here at RTP. We talk shit and we bring you guys sports news. That's what we're known for, man. It'll be a great game. I'm so excited, bro. DeAndre Francois. Yeah, I'm working all day. My boy, get to the money. Yo, Eric, want to talk about the Avs game bets or what? Of course, Ian. You know what we do here on the Rick T podcast. You know we have to break bread, and you also know it's NHL playoff time, baby. Talking about the Avs and money. That's what we're about here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're about here.
Go
so
Avs,
let's get right into it, bro. But let's start out with some NFL news. As you guys know, the draft just happened last week, and you guys were here for the draft extravaganza, and we appreciate all of you guys for that. It was a great show. We had a bunch of great guests on and had a great time. But let's talk about some history in the making. The first defense to produce 5 first-round picks in the same year. And yes, we were talking about the national champion Georgia Bulldogs. So at number 1, Trayvon Walker to the Jaguars. At number 13, Jordan Davis to the Eagles. At number 22, Quay Walker to the Packers. At number 28, Devontae Wyatt to the Packers. So 2 of them into the same team. And then at number 32, Mr. Irrelevant in the first round, Lewis Sin to the Minnesota Vikings, man. So 5 defensive first-round picks in 1 year, Tony. How you feeling?
Damn well the whole starting defense from the season.
You know why that gets me excited? And this is mad bias, but you know why that gets me excited? So
Why?
They won the national championship. They had the best defense since like 1982. Like statistically, they had 5 defensive guys come off in the first round, right?
Yeah.
Their defensive coordinator is now the head coach at Oregon. Dan Lanning, baby. So I thought that was a great pickup after watching, like looking the stats, and now after seeing the draft, I'm like, ooh, what are you going to
producing
do?
the talent, or is he just kind of putting the talent together?
No, he's making it. He's making it because
in the
Georgia,
lab
to
like
be
that?
real. What's up?
He's in the lab like that?
He's in the lab like that, T. He's in the lab. Dan Lanning,
Wow.
I'm going to put you on. You might be an Oregon fan this year, huh?
Hell no.
Come on now. Come on.
Hell no.
Just kidding. You know what surprised me, though, is this next statistic we're going to talk about. How many players got drafted from each team? So, obviously, Georgia, they had a bunch of players come off the draft in the first round, right? Let's talk about it. Georgia had 15 players in the draft this year. But look at tied for 7. Look at the UCLA Bruins down there.
Let's go.
I was like, what the fuck?
Let's go.
And then I looked into it. There was only 1 Oregon player drafted in the draft, and it was Kayvon Thibodeau at 5.
Weren't y'all young this year, though?
We were really young. Yeah, a lot of our team is coming back. We were the youngest team in the nation last year. So, yeah, we have a bunch of sophomores and juniors this year. So,
Well, that makes
But-
sense then.
looking at it, man, LSU at 2nd. Texas Longhorns didn't have a single dude drafted, and you're 100% right. It's disappointing. Texas might not be the place to be. At number 2, LSU Tigers with 10 players drafted, which is actually surprising to me as well because they've been dog shit this year. At 3, Cincinnati Bearcats climbing up the board with 9 players drafted. At 4, Penn State Lions with 8. Tied for 5, we have the Oklahoma Sooners and Alabama Crimson Tide with 7. Also tied for 7th, we have Ohio State Buckeyes with 6. Ole Miss Rebels, Baylor Bears, and the UCLA Bruins, like I brought up to Tony, man. And all I can do is give these guys a shout out, these specific guys and these specific schools, man. They're producing talent. I didn't think UCLA was going to get that many people drafted.
It looks like Deadly wants you to show off your PC a little bit. Go ahead and show the new angle.
What's the angle like? Oh, you guys want it? Tony, full screen me real quick.
Full screen you. I got you.
So you know, we have to do a little something, man. Shout out my boy Deadly for helping me out with the idea. But hey, it's my party angle. So y'all think about it. You know, the way I look at it is it's gonna be today when I'm doing this co-stream today for the Glacier Boys. It's gonna be something like a touchdown Glacier Boys. I'm gonna go. Okay, pop me down. What y'all think, though? What y'all think, realistically? What y'all think of the new
Chat's
angle?
loving it.
Pretty cool, right? That shit fire. Yes, sir. You know, I call this my celebration angle. It's like the Eric celebration cam. I'm going to get something that says it, man. We were just on Discord showing off our man caves. Yeah, we both had them up, and we had the LED lights all turned to red. All of our PCs and mics were turned to red. Like, dead ass was just weird as shit. We look like some fucking nerds for sure, bro. But, yeah, man. Thank you guys for the love, man. I had to show off the new cam, man. Shout out Deadly for it, man. But let's get back to business here. Let's get back to business, huh? What do you say? So we were just talking about Georgia making history. We talked about a bunch of teams that had players come off the board in the draft. But let's talk about this statistic from Tracking Football. The NFL Draft Full Overview, 233 out of 262 players, which is 88.9%, picks were multi-sport athletes in high school. 180 out of 262, which is 68.7%, participated in track and field in high school or in college. 113 out of 262, which is 43.1%, were 3+ sport athletes in high school. And only 29 out of 262, which is 11%, were specialists.
Damn.
If this don't tell you anything, get your kids in every sport you can.
Track and field, especially. Track and field is one of the most important things that you can do as a football player.
See,
or basketball.
It sucks though.
Basketball.
So my thing about it, I don't know. I never played basketball, so I can't really speak on it. But I wanted to do track and field just to get faster. My whole life I wanted to, but it always was at the same exact time as baseball season. And I was always a baseball player first. So I could never do track. I always had to do baseball, and I wasn't a quarterback. So I don't feel like that necessarily helped me too much. I mean, I was an outfielder, so I used my speed, but at the same time, me personally, I don't think baseball helped me super duper much with football. But I can see if you're a quarterback like Kyler Murray or Russell Wilson, where literally all you do is throw, and you can figure out angles and different shit with a lighter ball and a littler ball and stuff like that. It's almost like training.
Well, I do want to back up my statement with the basketball thing, because I'm seeing people saying wrestling and football, which obviously always go well together.
Oh, yeah.
And then track for your specialists, or even getting some linemen in there to work on some form and some movement and making sure everything's working correctly. But basketball helped me a lot because my coach, Coach Wiederstein, said that I had the best footwork that he had ever seen as an offensive lineman.
Because you were a big boy basketball player?
Taught me how to move my feet. It taught me not to move one foot before I move the other. It taught me to move my left if I'm trying to slide left. So.
That's crazy. You know why I didn't play basketball? Matt
Sure.
Fauci says, no, hold on, I'll tell you in a second. I think it's all dependent on who the athlete is, honestly. I quit everything after sophomore because we had a weak-ass coaching staff for baseball, and that lifting training helped me get to college. Matt, you're 100% right, bro. Our coaching staff was weak as fuck when y'all was here for baseball. We had great coaches when you guys left, but fuck, it was rough when you guys were here. My coach actually recommended people to do ballet for the same reason. Wow.
That was huge, actually, in the early 2000s for NFL players to do.
Ballet, and I feel like now it's like dance. Like you see all kinds of players doing like Dancing with the Stars and stuff. That obviously is not probably helping them, but just seeing like their movement, the way they can, like hips don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's my guy Spacey saying hips don't lie. Hips don't lie. Do they? Hell no, they don't lie. So
It's true.
I don't know, dancing, ballet, basketball, football. So this statistic makes a lot of sense. And it tells you, if anything, when you have kids, when you can get your kids and get younger kids in a bunch of different things and not just focus all of them on one, do it. See, and I thought about that because I'm like, me personally, I always thought opposite. I'm like, man, you need to focus on one sport and be like a 98%er at that sport. But instead, why don't you pick 3 sports and be like an 80%er at all of them? You know what I'm saying? You have more of an opportunity to do more with that. So
All it
thought it
takes
was-
is just knowing how to apply the things that you learn in your other sports to the sport that you want to pursue.
Facts, 100%. But let's move on from here. As you guys know, the Eagles had a great draft. I won't lie, as a Dallas fan, they had a pretty good draft, and they actually ended up trading for A.J. Brown in the first round. But what do we know that causes when you trade for a big number 1 receiver? The previous number 1 or number 2 receiver might be a little salty, which is what we have here in Philly, which is what I love to see. Mix it up in Philly. So let's talk about it. Jalen Reagor swipes his IG account and unfollows the Eagles. So April 23rd, 2020, the Eagles select Jalen Reagor 1 pick ahead of Justin Jefferson. April 21st, 2021, the Eagles move up to number 10 pick and select Devontae Smith. And then April 28th, 2022, the Eagles trade number 18 pick and a 3rd rounder for A.J. Brown. The very next day, he unfollowed the Eagles, swiped his IG account. Can I say there's drama mixing up in Philly? And I love to see it, which is kind of obvious. But I just wanted to let you guys know there's not necessarily nothing to talk about there because I don't blame them. But at the same time, I don't blame the Eagles for doing what they did because now their receiving corps is better than it's ever been to me. You know, I'm not going to be biased here. The Eagles are dangerous now. I think Jalen Hurts is what's going to make or break them. If he can figure his shit out, they could be really dangerous.
I'm a big Hurts fan.
I know you are. And I'm not against him. I think he's really good, but I'm going to be realistic. He's not mentally NFL there, but I'm not saying he can't get there. He's had a couple years of experience now. This year might be his year. Like, he's at that level, and now he's got a team around him. Like, shit.
But you're a big Baker Mayfield fan when you're talking about mentally ready.
Yeah, I am. I hate to admit it, but I still think Baker Mayfield is getting fucked right now.
He just doesn't have the mental stability to.
Yes, he
to
does.
do it.
So I get he had a bad year, but like, why is nobody going for this guy? Is it his contract? Like, is he getting paid too much? Like, what is it? Because I
OBJ's
swear,
dad finally called him out.
bro, that's bullshit. He had a bad year. He had one bad year. He led them to the playoffs last year. Come on. Baker is not that bad. I would take him.
I can't take that reasoning that you gave me for Hurts and try to apply it for, like, not apply it for Mayfield. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to apply it here, it's got to apply here as well.
Well, I think it even showed in college for Hurts. Like, Baker Mayfield was never a starter that went to a backup. And everyone knows two is doo-doo. And Jalen Hurts was a backup to Tua at one point after taking them to a national championship. So I don't know. I still think that kind of shows in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he gets out of the pocket, he's dangerous. But I say that every time the Cowboys say it. When I used to run, how about them Cowboys? I said, come on this camera and say, if we can keep Jalen Hurts in the pocket, like keep him without running and getting free, we're going to win by 21. But if he gets loose and he like figures out how to get out of the pocket early, we're done. Like, they're going to beat us. And that's Jalen Hurts' game. And I think that's a lot of quarterbacks' game. Except for Russell Wilson. He doesn't matter. Jesus. I think Russell Wilson's a lot like Jalen Hurts, but Russell Wilson's a magician. Dude,
he's also older and more mature. He has a lot of experience in the NFL now.
That's very true. I'm so excited to see Russell Wilson in a Denver jersey. I won't lie. I'm not going to hate as much on Denver this year unless it's real. I'm telling you that right now. I'll be real.
I would appreciate it because we never really did anything to you except for the one time we play you every 4 years.
Well, every time I went to a Denver game until last year when they played the Ravens, every single time I went to a Denver game, whatever team I was going to see, which was either the Dolphins for my dad or I used to be a Chiefs fan when I was real little. So my auntie used to take me to go see the Chiefs and Broncos and stuff like that. We used to always lose. Like, I'd never seen the team I wanted to see win win until last year when I took Haley and seen the Ravens win. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, wow. I had to be 24 years old to see it, huh? And then the statistic with Denver and Dallas. I've never seen that shit. I've never seen Dallas beat Denver. So
you were born in 97, weren't you?
Yeah, I was born in 97. So I've never seen it. So
I'm sorry, bro. It's nothing personal.
it is what it is, man. Hey, Tony, if you need help with that Twitch channel, just let me know. Happy to help. Looking a little dry. Whoa. You checked him out. You checked his Twitch channel out, huh? You out there, Tony?
I'm out there.
You out here on social media and shit?
I'm trying.
I see you. I see you, my boy. I see you streaming too. Yeah, man. Like I said, the PCs are up, man. So definitely follow me and Tony on Twitch. Go ahead and hit them hashtag TCaves in the chat. Go ahead and hit them hashtag jet skis in the chat. Our Twitches will pop up and you guys can shoot us a follow right now. But let's continue on, man. Real quick news that dropped yesterday. How do you say his last name? Do you know, Tony?
Ventrell.
Okay. Dan Ventrell is no longer with the Raiders organization. We have no further comment at this point, says Mark Davis, Raiders owner. Dan Ventrell is actually the Raiders president, or was the Raiders president, and then that news dropped yesterday via the Raiders Twitter. They said they had no further comment. They no longer have a president with the Raiders. We said it yesterday in the chat, man. The Raiders had a bright future. They moved to Vegas thinking everything was going to be beautiful. They finally had their forever home and everything was going to be looking up. And since then, they have lost their president. They have lost their head coach. They have lost their star receiver. They have lost their star safety. And they didn't pick up the fifth-year options for their running back, Jacobs, or their safety, Abram. So life in Vegas is rough.
Devontae Adams sold everything to get there, too.
Yeah, he did. I'm excited to see what they do, too, man. I'm excited to see that whole division. Everything changed up in that division, so I think it's going to be a fun division to watch. But
I think FanDuel actually has the Chargers
leading the way.
5. Let me check.
They're fucking crazy, bro. But let's continue on. Some drama also brewing in Tennessee. As you guys know, Malik Willis didn't go in the first round. He ended up going second or third round to the Tennessee Titans. And Ryan Tannehill had a bold-ass statement when he was asked about it. They were like, in an interview, they go, are you going to mentor? Are you excited to mentor Malik Willis? And he was like, we're competing for the same job on the same team. It's not my job to mentor the guy, but if he picks up something from me along the way, then good for him. And everybody was like, what? So literally here, he said, we're competing against each other. I don't think it's my job to mentor him. Which at first I was like, man, what an asshole. He's salty. More and more I think about it, I don't necessarily blame him, bro. Go prove everybody wrong. Go prove the world wrong.
Football's a team sport. Why?
It is a team sport, but if everybody's sleeping on you, like I'm a big believer in bet on yourself. I'm a big believer in bet on yourself.
Bro, if you get beat out and you're just trying to do what you're supposed to do and mentor these younger guys coming into the league and you're doing everything that you can, if you break your freaking ankle, or no, actually, let's use Carson Wentz for an example here. Okay. What's going to happen in a situation like what happened with Carson Wentz if your backup doesn't know what to do there? Your team's not winning shit. You're going to get all the way to the playoffs, get injured, and then you spent all this time competing against the young kid instead of teaching him what to do, and then you guys aren't going to win a Super Bowl all because you're a fucking jackass. Pardon my language. I apologize for that. But
hey, man, I don't know. Big believer in bet on yourself. I don't blame him for being like competitive about the whole thing. Like I said, at first I was like, bro, why is he being an asshole about it? But the more and more I think about it, like I feel like you don't need to mentor this dude if you're literally trying to, like, are you trying to lose your job and help him, like, lose your job?
If he's the guy that he's wanting to be, then you're not going to lose shit. You got nothing to worry about. He's a second-round draft pick. You can't lose your job to a second-round draft pick.
I don't know.
He's scared because Willis is a dog. I'm telling you.
He is. I think Tannehill's a dog, too, though. He would literally, this is why I think he's a little pissed off. They were the number 1 seed in the AFC this year. They literally had the first round bye in the AFC playoffs. Yeah, they didn't make it far because they're the Titans. But just to be at that point, and they didn't have Derrick Henry for like 9 weeks. Let's remember that. So we can't say it's because of Derrick Henry. They didn't have Derrick Henry for 9 weeks. Somebody had to do something. A.J. Brown, pretty good. But who had to get him the ball? Tannehill. Julio was dog shit, so he didn't help at all. So it literally was a two-man game. I don't know. I give Tannehill his flowers while he's here. I think he feels a little disrespected, kind of like Baker Mayfield did, maybe a little bit, but I don't know. But a bunch of NFL athletes or ex-NFL athletes stepped up around the league after that was said by Ryan Tannehill, and were kind of a little bit pissed off. So LaShawn McCoy tweeted and said, if you don't want to mentor it, or if you don't want to mentor, I get it, but don't call yourself a good teammate. If anything happens to you and he needs to replace you, let's pray he's prepared. Winning is the only stat that matters if you're a good teammate. And that's literally what you just said, Tony. So you and Shady, hand in hand with the statement. And then Kurt Warner actually stepped up and said, I will never understand that I'm not here to mentor the next guy mentality. So for all you young quarterbacks that need a mentor, DM me and I'll be that guy. Happy to help any way I can. Drama brewing in Tennessee. And like Matt Faraci said, man, he's not wrong, but you should never say it on live television, bro. That's literally a PR nightmare. And this guy knows from inside the business, you do not say shit like that unless you're trying to get traded or something. Like, unless you want the hell out and you're trying to start some drama like that.
Maybe he does, though. Because now that you think about it, there are a few teams out there that could use a quarterback, right?
Be real with me for a second. Who's better, Baker Mayfield or Ryan Tannehill? Be real, 100%. I think Baker Mayfield. I do. He's younger. He's proven more, I guess.
I don't know. I kind of want to go Tannehill there.
Really? So you think Tannehill is...
I'm going to go off consistency here.
Yeah, but okay, let me ask you this. Do you think Tannehill does what Baker Mayfield does if Tannehill's on the Browns? Tannehill's definitely had better opportunities.
I think he plays at a consistent level. He puts up the same numbers every week. You don't see this guy pulling up, dropping 400-yard games. He comes out, he does his job, he throws for 250, and he hands the ball off. Baker will go for 14 yards one week, 375 the next week, and then he'll meet you in the middle and go for 200. He's so inconsistent, and I just can't get behind that.
Tannehill should have been QB2 in New England. Ooh, I don't think either of these guys want to play QB2 though. That's the problem. It's at a point this year where I'm starting to see there's so many QB1s and not enough teams to fill them. There's already say there's 32 teams. At least 15 teams right now have a QB1 locked. Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos, like they have their QB1. And then there's a bunch of free agents like Jimmy G, who thinks he's a QB1. Baker Mayfield thinks he's a QB1. And then Ryan Tannehill, who's now having to compete against the rookie, who I believe they both think they're QB1. Same with Marcus Mariota and Riddler from Cincinnati. They're both down in Atlanta now talking about, I can't wait to get in the season. I'm going to ball out. And it's like, do you guys realize only one of you is going to start?
Yeah.
There's too many QB1s and not enough teams. That's Drew Lock's territory, baby. You don't see him saying shit.
Well, no, Pete Carroll's talking his shit for Drew Lock.
Drew Lock must be a dog up there. Drew Lock is gonna ball.
Did you see what Pete Carroll said?
Yeah, he was talking about how he wasn't going for any quarterbacks at all.
No. Well, yes, but following that statement, he said Drew Lock would have been the number one quarterback in this draft. If Drew Lock was in this draft, he would have been the number one guy to go.
Definitely. See, the thing is, we've all been there. Like he was a rook walking into the facility. He's been there. I'm assuming he's had someone to help him out. Definitely a stupid thing to say. Yeah, it definitely was a stupid thing to say on live television, bro. But I don't know, Salem McCory. And we have some more shit talking on this next topic real quick. DK Metcalf said, I got a different speed, different type of speed. There's cheetah speed, and I got that DK speed, and that's just me. Tyreek Hill said, put $50K on it. Money goes to any charity you want if you win. I'll DM you and you was scared. I got receipts. AJ Brown then tweeted and said, I got $50K on DK. Anybody else want to place a wager? Ooh. So let me ask you real quick, Tony, who wins that race?
So there's
and we just got to see Tyreek Hill last weekend at FCF Arenas in Pullman. But
that's the thing. He's 0 to 100 and just like that. DK is 0 to like 125 slowly but surely.
Yeah.
So
in
how
like
long
6
is this
seconds.
race?
I don't know. They
we're
better
going
hope it's like 200
if we're
yards or
If
something.
we're going 40-yard dash, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna go a full football field, DK.
I'm excited. I don't know.
What about you?
I got Tyreek. I don't think DK can do it, but we'll see.
DK's
But I also haven't seen
acceleration is
Tyreek
just
Hill
insane.
race anybody either.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I just said I haven't seen Tyreek Hill really race anybody of his caliber either.
My thing is DK's with those long strides, bro. He gains so much acceleration over the course of a full football field. I'm basically saying Tyreek lost to Parsons in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he did. That's because Michael Parsons a cowboy, baby.
But calm down. But was that a real race? Was Tyreek really going all out there?
He said he wasn't after he lost, but like it low-key looked like he was. Michael Parsons just dusted his shit.
But what was Micah Parsons 40?
He had a good 40. I think it was like a 4.44, which is not bad for a linebacker or defensive end.
Linebacker.
But my thing, and I won't lie about it, I was kind of irritated when we picked Micah Parsons. Like when we traded back from 10 in that draft to 12, I was like, yeah, I hope Micah Parsons goes at 11. Like I was really hoping we didn't get him because he didn't have a great combine. Like his bench press wasn't there. His three cone shuttle, like it was doo-doo. Like, I don't know. He just didn't have a great combine, but he's fast. And then this year he went out there and proved that like he's a fucking dog. So, hey, that's a little.
Oh, that reminds me. I got a card for you.
Yeah.
I got a couple Cowboys cards for you.
Yes, sir, bro. Good looks. Good fucking looks. And speaking of cards, today at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the official partnership with the FCF Highlights NFTs drop. Get to it. Just wanted to bring it up, man. Go ahead and get yours now. Let's go ahead and move on real quick. We got a couple more subjects before we get on out of here. Tony, the NFL interview game. Broncos at Jaguars. They play in London October 30th. Week 8 at Wembley Stadium, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So it's literally 7 a.m. for us here in Colorado. You hype about? You hype for that?
Yes, sir.
Just gonna pull an all-nighter.
We got a message from Serge. Serge will not be appearing today.
All right, that's a no-brainer. But anyway, you hyped to get up at 7 a.m.?
Yes. Start my morning off early with the Broncos game and some fantasy stress. I miss that type of year.
So yes, but looking at it, man, 2022 London games at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. October 2nd, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints. Go London. October 9th, we have the New York Giants versus the Green Bay Packers. Go London. And then at Wembley Stadium, October 30th at 9:30 a.m., we have the Denver Broncos at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go London. And then at 2022 NFL Munchie game, Otzlatz Arena, home of the FC Bayern München. That must be a soccer team. It's in Germany. So we have the Seattle Seahawks and Tampa Bay Buccaneers November 13th at 9:30 Eastern Time. Go Germany. I just wanted to let people know those were the international games this year for the NFL. Moving on to the NBA playoff race. Tony, just looking at the lineup right now, man, how are you thinking about it? Let's get some quick overviews here, huh?
I'm thinking we need to find a clip or my tweet where I said Suns and Celtics in these finals right here.
Ooh, you did say
real
that.
Nice for me right now.
You did say that. I don't know. What are you thinking about the Celtics realistically?
Well, we'll get into my bet for today later on here in a little bit in Breaking Bread, but I think they can do it. They are underdogs in this series, so we'll kind of see there. And there's some drama going on in the 76ers series. The Warriors and Grizzlies series has been fire. Suns and Mavericks, we all know how that one's going to go. But I do think Boston's going to advance through this. What's the series at right now?
1-1. 1-1.
And y'all play today, so I think you guys just need to win this game, and then you're looking good.
Sorry, hold on, give me a second.
you're
What
good.
do you think? What do you think is the best team in the West right now? I don't know. I went to the barbershop yesterday and everybody was talking about Memphis, and I didn't agree at all because Memphis, just to win by 5, needed John Morant to score 49 points, and I don't think that's consistent at all. So what are you thinking on that?
So, as I already tweeted this too. If Memphis was to beat the Warriors, I'm buying myself a Ja Morant jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm a big Warrior hater now. But it is what it is. I just don't want to see the Warriors win anymore, or the Bucks. I don't want to see the Warriors or the Bucks win anymore. I'm tired of both of those teams. I want to see Celtics, Suns in the end of it. But if I end up with Celtics and freaking Grizzlies, let's fucking get it.
Jesus, we got some Golden State and Milwaukee. We got
That would be
some
the
Memphis
worst
and
final.
Boston. Hell yeah, it would, bro. It'd literally be a team that can't shoot versus the team that can shoot. Team that can play defense versus a team that can't play defense. It'd be embarrassing, bro. Realistically, I don't know. I like your take on the Boston Suns. I think that would probably be the best overall series that we can have team wise, because they both can play offense and defense at a top 5 level. Both of
Well,
those
I'm
teams.
looking at players that deserve a ring before they go out. For Boston, y'all got Al Horford, who I would love to see win. For the Suns, CP3, Devin Booker. I mean, back to Boston, you got the young cats. If they can get a ring early in their career, I think that's just a fire starter. Light a fire under their ass to get some more in the future. I just think that would be also a great matchup.
Well,
guard-wise.
We just had a poll up. Who wins the NBA playoffs? It was Boston, Warriors, Suns, Heat, Bucks. And the poll is tied between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. So imagine if that was the finals.
Celtics and Warriors?
Yep.
So I'm going to be real with you. I don't like your guys' matchup there.
You said I didn't get to vote. Matt, what happened, bro? Tatum needs to bring a ring back to the city and a Celtics jersey. My dog, you ain't lying, bro. Matt, we'll put up some more polls for the NHL ones, so don't miss those ones. We're gonna have those ones up here in a second. But yeah, I think my final result is probably Boston, Phoenix. I had it Boston, Denver, man, but you guys, we don't got to talk about it. But damn.
Let us get healthy, man, and we'll be back in the conversation. For now, we suck, and I'll deal with all the trash talk.
It happens. You know what I love, though? We swept the shit out of the Brooklyn Nets when everybody didn't think we would even beat them.
Yeah, that was shocking, honestly.
No, was it? Not at all. KD, Kyrie, Steve Nash, don't mix. Not surprised. But let's get on to some NHL playoff race. We don't have our NHL guy Serge here, but we can handle it just as good, huh? So let's talk about it, man. Let's look at the series, bro. Obviously, for me, we have our playoff brackets that we did for the RTP playoffs. I had, and me and you voted a lot similar, Tony. I had the Avs and the Capitals in the finals. The Capitals are letting me down. They're letting me down right now. So, I don't know. How are you feeling on these NHL playoffs? You think the game is just more excelled than it's been during the regular season? I've been seeing a lot more fights. I've been seeing a lot more hits. The goals have been like amazing. Every single goal that I've seen has been A1. I don't know. How are you feeling on these NHL playoffs?
I personally am a little bit disappointed in the Avs for Game 2. You go out and you friggin' demolish a team in Game 1, and then you let it go to overtime and you barely win. Cale Makar had to close it out for us in the second game in overtime. Don't want to see that again. That was stressful. But as far as the East goes, what's shocking me is Carolina and Boston series. You know, I think that's at 2-1. Let me see here. Yeah, Carolina's winning that series 2-1 right now, and that one was shocking me. I had Boston playing pretty well in these playoffs.
I like Boston. I don't know. Let me pull up the teams real quick. I actually liked Minnesota too, like as an underdog, but they're letting me down as well. I think they're down 2-1. I I don't know. These NHL playoffs are crazy. I thought Dallas would be doing a little better, and they're not doing shit. LA's not doing shit. I don't know. It's just a lot going on. Pittsburgh is looking good as predicted. But they are playing a hard team. And then Florida's also looking good, man. The other night I bet on Florida, and I'm pretty sure they won like 7-1. So shout out Florida.
Oh yeah, I would love to see a Avs in the Avs Boston series. That would be fun to watch, or the Avs Capital series, but that's kind of out of reach there.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I think the most realistic is either Avs Boston or Avs Pittsburgh. But I kind of want to see somebody new.
I want to see in the next round Avs versus Wild. That would be insane because I actually went to a game in Patrick Waugh's last season against the Minnesota Wild, and it was absolutely insane.
Real quick, we do have a poll up, man. Who wins the NHL playoffs between our options? Avs, Boston, LA, Pittsburgh, or Florida? Go ahead and vote right now in chat. Throw them votes in there and let us know what you guys are thinking. If none of those teams say fuck you guys, like Spacey, fuck off. He literally said fuck off.
Oh, sorry,
go Blues. No, you're good. Fuck off. Go Blues. Matt Fracci, you didn't get to vote. The poll is up right now for who's going to win the NHL playoffs. Go ahead and put your vote in now. But, man, we do have to get on out of here. Like I said, this was the early morning Rick T podcast show. When this poll ends, we are ending it. But before we do, the Avs are winning right now. A landslide.
Give me 2 seconds inside of Breaking Bread.
Hurry up.
Bet. So I already sent you this bet, but I think this is going to cash today. Whoever wants to ride this with me, I think it's a great bet. Boston Celtics money line, Colorado Rockies money line, Golden State Warriors money line. $30 pays you out $165.
Not a bad bet, man. This was the Rick T podcast. The Avs did win by a landslide. It was a slaughterhouse in that poll. So shout out Avs, man. It's time to bring it home for us, man. We are doing an RTP Glacier Boys watch along for the game here in about 15 minutes. We will be back on in about 5 to 10 minutes after I join the Discord, get everything set up. You guys stay tuned here on the Rick T podcast, either Twitch, Facebook Live, or YouTube, where we will be live. And this is the Rick T podcast, the early, fast morning show. Tony, anything to say before we bounce on out of here?
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. See you next week.